There was definitely a moment where I was like, you know, I really like this and I want to push myself to go further. I'm not one of those type of people that, you know, grew up with a camera in my hand. You know, I didn't really grow up around photography. It just kind of came out of nowhere, really. My name is Conor Clinch. I'm 17 years old and I'm a photographer. I just bought a camera I think it was my 14th birthday. Yeah, I just started shooting stuff in my bedroom, you know, taking pictures of still life objects and even just kind of doing the odd self-portrait and stuff because I didn't know how to get in touch with models and just being bored, really. Well, I grew up in, you know, the depths of Coollock, so yeah, I guess that kind of, it toughens you up a little bit, it gives you a thick skin in a way, which I think you need as well in photography. Going abroad on your own and, you know, meeting up with people who you've never met before. I was always very shy growing up, so I think it's definitely made me more confident in that way. Starting so young, I think more kind of older photographers and people in the industry and all kind of, not to look down at you, but just kind of, you know, aren't too sure. So I think you do kind of have to prove yourself and show people what you can produce. But yeah, there's loads of other people in it, you know, in fashion and just in the photography industry in general that have really motivated me to go out there and just do it and start so young because, like, you know, why waste time? People say that, you know, you can just take a picture. You can't really just take a picture. Cameras are so accessible these days that everyone takes pictures, but like not everyone is a photographer. You know, even the likes of Nick Knight did a whole editorial recently. He took all the images on an iPhone and it was amazing to see because they were so editorial standard. Like the images were like phenomenal, they were amazing. So I think that goes to show that you know, the difference between someone that takes a photo and a photographer. Well, yeah, I love fashion photography, obviously, but I just love really raw photography, like the likes of, you know, Ukrainian or, you know, artists from like the Soviet Union and stuff, just portraits of people and stories behind the people. And, you know, lately I'm really obsessed with that raw imagery. Like, I think just being in the moment rather than, you know, faking it. It's just one of those things that, you know, I keep going back to for inspiration. I think it's all about kind of motivating yourself and really just kind of having the drive to really push yourself. Yeah, I think just even like looking online and just looking at other people and aspire. I think you need aspirations. I think you kind of need people to look up to. Like Tony Kelly is a big inspiration for me as well. Obviously coming from Dublin, he's mastered his style of work. He's, you know, working for big brands like American Apparel now. So, you know, for someone to go that far coming from Dublin, I think you just kind of have to look at him and be like, you know, that's where I want to be in a couple of years. When I only started out, my dream was to shoot backstage at Fashion Week. And, you know, then 3 years down the line, I'm shooting backstage at Fashion Week and I didn't realise that it would have happened so quick, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's why you should have goals. And like kind of unrealistic goals, like just really big things that you think won't happen for like hundreds of years or whatever. Just kind of changed me as a person as well, really. All the different people I've met, all the different friends I've made. That is what I've loved about photography so far. On top of everything else, I think that's what makes me keep going because I see the amazing people who I know now.